Subramaniu cleared PMP with all above target. I still remember Subramaniu emailed me. We get together through Zoom, and then Subramaniu said that I want to clear PMP, and I said there is no issue into that, and we started working on it. Although his work schedule was extremely busy, but this guy started working on it, and today he is in front of you. He is the certified PMP with all above target. So normally I share my promotional video here. I want to share something that Subramania's daughter has made for me, and I just watched it. It made my day. So I would like to share it for the audience. Have a look at it.
Wow.
She made such a beautiful thing, that awesomeness, and what else? Awesomeness, a mentor, enthusiastic, remarkable, amazing, loyalty, inspiration. Thank you for that, and this really made my day. Subramaniu, congratulations for clearing PMP
Thanks,
and
Amir.
clearing it all above target from the entire PMI community. Subramani, why don't you share with us why you wanted to do PMP? How was your journey? And whatever you want to share, please.
Thanks, Amir. Thanks for all your support. And the PMP journey for me started in 2020. So I was about to do my PMP, but apparently due to office schedule and the integration I was handling with the current work that I am having, so it took a little longer time. So I was not able to focus it. But in the January 2022, I think on January for January around 12th of January or 13th of January, I made an anonymous call to you saying that Amir, I want to have a quick chat with you. You immediately acknowledged me and you said, why don't you connect on this Zoom? We connected immediately. Our terms was really awesome, and you said that I will make you clear before February. But apparently, there are some lagness at my end where I was not able to concentrate well. And finally, I was able to clear my PMP within 60 days of time.
Okay, within, and that's a very reasonable time. People take 6 months to 1 year. So why don't you share with us the entire 6 days training, and then the challenges you faced on those 50-50 question, and how important those root cause analysis was?
Exactly. So that initially the 6 day session was an ice-breaking session because we used to revise all our chapters through our mind maps. That was really awesome, and that was the key in all your training aspects, because you made it as simple as possible, and people made it need to revise that things through their mind maps. And all the team members were split into 3 4 teams, and we were able to concentrate well. And the team members who supported us on the training was awesome, and we were able to collectively work along with the teams to get it done.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
moreover, your 50-50 questions was slightly, I should say it's slightly a tougher one, because you made all the 50-50 questions on each and every topic, right from teams, resources, stakeholders, integration, up to integration. That you made the 50-50 questions, and doing an RCA for that 50-50 questions was slightly a longer, it took a longer duration for me. And apparently that 50 questions were really an icebreaker, and it will get into the topics of each and every management individual topics that we have focused.
Okay. I just want to put it in the context how important that was. Okay, it took some time. I understand. I agree with that. So, how much important you consider it is for the
it,
PMP
it
pro?
it it was very important because it gets into the grassroots of the main topic. So ideally the 50-50 questions was really important, and moreover you need to do definitely an RCA for all these 50-50 questions. And you made us to do not only on Barry writing, you made us to do via an Excel sheet, so that you will come to know how where we are going wrong and where we wanted to correct. All those things were there. Apparently that was a main key for creating the success story of PMP.
Hmm. Okay, once you have done this, then you started doing 60-60 question. How do you rate those 60-60 questions? How
60
important
60
those?
questions, 60 questions were to an extent it was not so tough compared to these 50-50 questions, but apparently the concepts were slightly different. You need to where in your training sessions or your coaching calls you made us to work on the elimination technique that you used to do. So that was this 50-50 questions on people and process were really important. And moreover to the in the exam content per se, this is very critical to do this 60-60 questions.
Okay, uh, you do this too uh, directly, and you work into that particular area that helps you to solve those. And then 60 people, 60 process, and then finally a 180 question, 180 questions. How do you think, like for me, why I gave 180 question, the purpose behind the 180 question is that to build your endurance so that you can actually sit in the real exam. And how do you think that comes and
That
play in this role?
180 questions I did around Amir, per se I completed four things. But there were a lot of success journey team members, and all the team members I was contacting them individually, Sneha, Arti, and all those things. So Arti has guided me to take the sixth mock also. But apparently this will make you sit for 4 hours, and ideally you will be able to do this 180 questions. If you do it in a stretch, then your exam will be more or less easier. Ideally this set of context for the sitting exam for 4 hours. So ideally people who doesn't want to sit for more than 4 hours, it will be a challenging one. So ideally this will be a right place for doing
Yeah,
a mock.
yeah. That is one of the purpose behind this thing, because what happened is that okay, when you are doing 60-60 question, you have the stamina to sit for 1 hour. But in the real exam, okay, there are two breaks of 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So Sindhila is with us saying congratulations to you, and she in her journey put it that in a beautiful way, that when she was she did 60 question. After doing the 60 question, she took a walk around the hall, even she went outside for that 10 minutes. So that is very important, and that is key, that I would say, that put it in this context, that you need to have a stamina to do 180 question in one sitting, okay, with the 10 minutes 10-minute break. But you must be able to do that in one sitting, otherwise it can become difficult. So Usman Khan is saying congratulations. So
So
okay.
Usman, Sabir, all are the inspirations for us. Especially to say, Sabir sir was I used to take his help offline also. So he used to connect with me on a Zoom call, and he used to give all the inputs. I was slightly scared when I scored a lower mark on people process and all at 68, 70, 72. So he said, "Don't worry, do RCA for wrong questions, move forward." So that is the advice that I have got it from Sabir sab.
Keeping moving forward, not stopping, is one of the things that we highly recommend. Why? Because the thing is that if you stop, that's the end of story. If you keep moving forward, at least you are learning and you are moving forward. Okay, so Brahmani, let's talk about. So we have Uzair from batch 2 saying congratulations. Subhan Jalil, your batchmate, who cleared PMP before. So let's talk about that. You booked the exam in center, right?
Correct. So I am based out at Pune. So the center was slightly little far from my place. So it was somewhere around 32 kilometers from my place. So I went to that center around the exam I booked is morning 8 a.m. Slot, and I went there around 6 for 6:45, 6:50. I had a breakfast there. Then apparently I went there around 7:30. They allowed me around 7:35, 7:40, and I with all the checks and measures, they asked me to sit around 7:50, 7:50 time. They asked me to sit on that exam. Whatever the slot they have given, the place they have given, I have sat there around 7:55. And
Okay.
the exam, as per our agreed plan that we had discussed on the day before the call. So ideally, the first 60 question, it took around 80 minutes. So I was slightly delayed by a minute, so I took 81 minute. Then next question I completed around 80 minutes. So last 60 question I had 70 minutes.
Okay.
Mm. And
And
between that 60 minutes, I took two breaks. And the important thing is, I would suggest all the aspirants or people who are doing PMP, they have to definitely take a break during this time, because this break is very very critical. Because on the first, by seeing first 5-10 question itself, you will get into that momentum of that exam. But you should not get panicked with that exam questions. You need to move forward. And once you complete 60 questions, I have taken a break. With I went to washroom and refreshed, came back, bite of chocolate, then I did a deep breathing exercise as per our agreed plan. So deep
okay.
breathing exercise I did 3 times. Then I had a minute delay, minute left over. Then I went to that place where I was doing my exam. Actually, I was sitting in that workstation. Then I did one more time of this thing, deep breathing exercise. So that was more relaxing, and it was more helpful
So
to relieve your stress.
deep breathing exercise is an important tool that you must use while giving the exam, in your opinion, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, okay. Then, while giving the exam, which area was more dominant in the exam?
The exam questions were more dominant on agile and hybrid model, less of a predictive one. And for me, the questions which came were more of five liner, seldom on two liner questions. So I had moreover four liner, five liner questions only, very less of two liner questions.
Okay, okay,
So and I had some matched following, two questions of matched following, and five this thing, uh, five calculation related questions,
okay, okay,
more on CPA, SBA, how it will be there, that type of
okay.
questions.
That's an interesting thing to put it there. How many questions with multiple options?
Well, I think most of the questions were the it was multi choice question only, but
No, no,
apparently
no. Multiple choice question with multiple option, where you have to
multiple
select more
option,
than.
it was around 8 to 10 questions.
Okay, okay, that's okay. So you kept on working on this thing, and then let's talk about which domain stakeholder communication. Okay, agile was dominant. Which domain stakeholder communication was more important
I
in
got
this?
more of a stakeholder communication and more on change request related questions. Change
Okay,
requested. So that was predominantly I got some 10 to 12 questions related to change request.
10 to 12 question related to change request. Okay, that makes sense. So now change request is becoming very important. Okay, so which area of the exam was more difficult? First, second, or third part?
So for me, I don't want to divide it that way. First was it was a very tough one, and second it was medium, and third was also medium. So I was telling you, I didn't get even seldom questions only on two liner. So ideally more or less I was on time only.
Okay,
So
you were
80 question. I was on
okay.
time. I had left. I got a remaining of balance 2 minutes only to complete the exam.
Okay, okay. So all the I will put it in your words in this way, rephrase them, that all of them were equally important. It was not that one was more important than other. All of them were kind of important, and you need to look as the bigger picture, right?
Correct, exactly.
Okay, how many formula questions were there?
Formula questions, as I told you, max this calculation related, I had 5 questions, out of which two formula questions came.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So how much SPI, CPI was important and critical path was important?
I think CPA and SPA, BAC were more important. Balance at completion and all related questions related to CPA and SPA were more important. All these 5 questions were more related to CPA and SPA only.
Okay, okay. So you have given us a lot of information. Guys, if anyone has any question, they can ask to Mr. Subramanian. Put it in the chat box and he will be more than happy to answer all of you. So Subramanian, I remember I called you the day you cleared the exam. I said, so when can we record the journey? You said that I have been studying for so many days now. I have to go to a trip. You went to Goa?
No, I was about to go to Goa, but I apparently went to a place called Ratnagiri near Mumbai. So
Okay.
that was the place that I have gone there. So that was a really nice place that everyone should visit. So Goa was slightly a longer one, so we'll plan it somewhere a later time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Summer is there, so now the Goa will be full of people.
Correct,
Obviously, all the tourists from the world will be there.
correct.
So good go. Okay, Subramanian, thank you very much for joining us. And if you thank you for sharing the entire journey. What is your final advice to all PMP aspirant?
So, I final advice to all the PMP aspirants is I think they should follow all religiously your guidelines and whatever the steps that you have given for the exam related stuff. They have to follow that. If they religiously follow that, they will be able to clear the exam. I think all your contents that you have shared, the materials that you have shared as part of the training, this thing are more than enough. They need not refer to any other books apart from your material. So
Thank you.
that was the one that good thing that I should say, that we need not refer any other books that we should
Okay.
do.
Bithi is asking, were there any question on critical path?
Not no questions on critical path. It's more on CPA SPA related stuff.
Shahid Imam is also saying congratulations. Thank you very much, Subramanian, and do share that video to me at WhatsApp. I'm gonna put
Take-
it in my status. It was a beautiful video. So
Definitely.
thank you very much. Best of luck for your future endeavors.
So I
And
wanted to thank my daughter also. She wants to say hi to you.
hi. First of all, thank you for making such a beautiful video. I loved it the way. Yeah, now she can hear me. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
Janyashri.
Janishi. Thank you for making such a beautiful video. I loved it.
Thank you.
You know, yesterday was my birthday, so I consider this as a birthday gift.
I asked my father that why didn't you send that video?
No, now I will make this as my status for the birthday. Thank you very much, and best of luck. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Amir.
Subramani has already given the answer. Agile was more important than predictive. Subramani, now the Sabir has done for you. Usman has done for you. Batch 1 is almost clear. 80% of the batch 1 is cleared. 20% will clear with time. Batch 2 is going good and will be cleared, I guess, in April. Batch 3 is the new batch, although 3 4 students are almost ready to clear. But I need your guidance for every single individual.
Definitely,
Each one is our mantra, and by that we can work together and we can succeed.
definitely. I will
Thank you,
surely support your success.
thank you,
Thanks, Amir.
Subramanian.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amir Ali would have not been there. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I would be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And I
trembling.
got my results and I was above target in all 3 categories.
Wow. Ibrahim is the first PMP of 2022. Abhishek, Mr. Kisam Khan. For one of my student, Palisa. Adirud, we have Jangir with us. Ali, Abhilash, Sabir. Asad, Manish, Abhishek, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Ahmed, Alvin, Neha, Mr. Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Amana, Uzair, Said, Rash, Ghulam, Muhammad, Aarti, Pawan, Tariq, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Muazzam, Niju, Abraham, Wasim, Ahmed, Janjua, Raj, Usman Khan, Afzal Ali. So here we have my 100 certified PMP in 2022.